Hello, I'm Ruth Duber, and this is What's Cooking at Shell Point with, my buddy again. I don't know, every time I try and think of something to cook, what comes to my mind is Eleanor, because I think you're well known throughout Shell Point. I used to call you my butter lady.
That's
because
right.
The first few recipes you made were just so much butter.
Well, everything's better with a little extra butter in it.
That's right.
That's
so
right.
She's gracious enough to come again. And this time she's going to do sort of a main meal. And it's just, I have already tasted it, and it's delicious. So, Eleanor, why don't you tell them how to do this? Because it's really kind of simple.
It's very simple, and I will. And thank you. I love being here, probably more than you love having me here. So today we're going to make little cheesy meatloaves, is what they are.
For sandwiches.
Very simple. You can eat it when you bake it when it's hot, and then, like Ruth said, then you get the wonderful meatloaf sandwiches. But it makes 3 small meatloaves, each recipe does, and it's very simple, simple ingredients. First ingredient is, it says for an egg. You do have to have 1 pound of meat, so that's what this is here. 1 egg.
I'll take these.
Okay. 3/4 cup of milk, and I use 2% milk.
That's what that is.
Okay, because that's what I keep at the house. So
right, me too.
I can't tell one way or the other of milk. 1 cup of sharp grated cheddar cheese. I have to get all that out. And a 1/2 cup of oats. 1/2 cup of chopped onions. Do that with my fingers too. And mix all that up, and then you put in your ground beef. And then as soon as you put your ground beef in, you know what you have to do. You have to use your hands. I don't want to make a mess on her counter. Put the ground beef in, and maybe y'all can mix up a meatloaf with a spoon, but I can't. So you want them kind of the same size, because then they'll cook more evenly. I mean, you know, so they all get done at the same time.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Okay, and then my fingers, you just pat them up into your little loaves any way. I mean, if you want them littler, smaller, flatter, rounder, you know, you can kind of do what you want, but this is what I do with them.
Okay.
Okay, the sauce is made up of ketchup, brown sugar, and dry mustard. You can use wet mustard and regular mustard if you want to. It really doesn't matter. They'll both do just fine. So it takes 2/3 of a cup of ketchup.
And you've already got your sugar.
Yeah, and 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, right there.
Now, if you like something, like it really sweet, you
can have a little
use
more brown sugar, but this really makes it, because the sauce is a little sweet.
Now, we talked about using just a little bit of something, and we talked about Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Or what is it that you've used at home?
I've used a little bit of A1. You might want to make it the first time just with this sauce and see how you like it. I like just a little bit. I mean, you know, just like a teaspoon. A teaspoon.
Or a half a teaspoon.
Or to put it in there. But if you wanted it just gives it a little bit of zip, tang, whatever you want to
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just put a little bit. Okay, and then you just pour it over the meatloaves and just spread it out over the top. And then it is ready for the oven. It goes in a 350-degree oven. This is what it looks like, minus a half. Okay. Some of us got a taste before.
That's right. Well, you can't tell, can you?
No.
Oh.
It's good. It's got a good texture.
It does. It's perfect.
And and it does make really good meatloaf sandwiches.
Well, that's the reason I make meatloaf.
We do too. That's David's favorite part. And each little individual loaf you could freeze. You know, if you,
That's right.
or share. I mean, you know, if you wanted to,
Uh-huh.
I love to share what I cook with other people. So, you know, you can do whatever you want to and they will freeze perfectly and they're not too big. But you can also, if you're having people over, you could make them a little smaller and make like 4 or just cut them in half and give everybody just a half a little loaf.
Okay, sure.
You know.
Well,
But
have fun with this. I'll put the
hope so.
recipe up on the website and have fun and just enjoy this. And
Yes.
especially the sandwiches.
Hope
Thank
you enjoy
Eleanor.
it, yeah.
Thank you, Eleanor.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.